2 decades of marriage teaches you many things: patience, compromise, and the unspoken rhythm of another person's life. My wife, Emily, and I had been together for 20 years. We had raised 2 kids, built a home, and weathered storms that might have broken others. Trust was the foundation of everything we had. That's why, on a quiet Sunday afternoon, when she casually mentioned something over coffee, my world shifted. "I had lunch with my ex yesterday," she said, her voice steady but her eyes avoiding mine. The words hit harder than I expected. Not because I thought she'd been unfaithful, but because of the way she said it, flat, almost testing me. After 20 years, I could tell when Emily was hiding something behind her calm. I set my mug down slowly. "Which ex?" I asked. My tone wasn't angry, just careful. She hesitated. Mark. The name alone carried history. He was her college boyfriend, the one she almost married before choosing me. I hadn't heard his name spoken in years. To me, he belonged to the past, a faded picture tucked away in a drawer we never opened. I nodded once. "And how was it?" She blinked, clearly unprepared for my calmness. "It was nice. We just caught up. Talked about old times. Nothing more." I studied her face. 20 years had taught me how to read every flicker in her expression, every shift in her tone. And what I saw now wasn't guilt exactly, it was fear. Fear of how I might respond. So I leaned back in my chair and said, very quietly, "I know." Her eyes widened. "You know?" I nodded again. "I saw you." The color drained from her face. She froze, her hands gripping the edge of the table. "You, what?" "I was at the same restaurant," I said. "Not by choice. A client asked to meet there. When I walked in, I saw you with him. I didn't interrupt, didn't even let you notice me. I watched from across the room for a few minutes." Her lips parted, but no words came out. "I watched you laugh with him, Emily," I continued, my voice steady. "Not the polite laugh you give coworkers. The real one. The one I haven't heard in a long time." Tears filled her eyes. "Daniel, I swear, it wasn't what you think. I didn't mean to hide it from you. I was going to tell you, but you didn't," I cut in softly. "Not until now. And only because you had to." The silence between us was heavy. I wasn't shouting. I wasn't accusing her of betrayal. But the weight of my calmness unsettled her more than anger ever could. Finally, she whispered, "Why didn't you say anything yesterday when you saw me?" I looked at her, my heart aching. "Because I wanted to see if you would." Her tears spilled over, running down her cheeks. "I wasn't trying to hurt you." He reached out after all these years. I thought it would be harmless." "Harmless," I repeated quietly. "Do you know what it feels like to watch the woman I've loved for 20 years light up in front of another man? To see her smile in a way that's become a memory instead of a daily gift?" She covered her face with her hands, sobbing. "I didn't mean for it to be like that." I let the silence stretch before I finally spoke. "Emily, I don't care about Mark. I don't care about your past. What I care about is us. And right now, I need to know, am I still the one you choose? After 20 years, am I still enough?" Her hands dropped, and she looked at me through tear-filled eyes. "Yes, you are. I was foolish to meet him. I see that now. But Daniel, you are my life. You've always been." I sighed, leaning forward to take her hand. "Then let this be the last time you test that truth. Because one day, if you keep opening old doors, you might find one that doesn't close again." She nodded desperately, gripping my hand as though afraid I might slip away. That night, we didn't speak much more. We simply sat together in the quiet, 20 years of history between us, fragile yet unbroken. And though her words had shaken me, it was my response that left her speechless. Because she realized, perhaps for the first time in years, that even the calmest heart can carry storms.